Good evening and welcome to your Weld County School District 6 Board of Education meeting. It's Monday, February 23rd, 2015. This meeting will now come to order. Will you join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
No, you said you were. You're telling them that there's no comments.
Roll call, Ms. Barrett.
Mr. DeWitt.
Present.
Mr. Hafele.
Present.
Mr. Hall.
Present.
Mr. Lydiak.
Present.
Dr. Richard.
Present.
Mr. Richardson.
Present.
Mrs. Solis.
Present.
7 members are present.
Thank you. The next item is a brief one, the Board of Education President announcements. I just want to thank everyone in the community and our 3 brave finalists who went through a very complicated process of identification of individuals who might well serve as our superintendent of schools. Discussion about that position and the selection of the next superintendent is scheduled for this evening. So thank you very much to our community, to our communities, and to those finalists. The next item is the hearing of persons desiring to speak before the Board of Education. We limit the presentation to 3 minutes per speaker maximum, and we do have one person who's interested in presenting this evening, and it's Ms. Loretta Scott. Ms. Scott, do you mind stepping forward to the microphone, please? Welcome.
Thank you.
Can you confirm your address for us?
Yes, my address is 5151 29th Street, number 2103, Greeley, Colorado, 80634.
You passed the test. Thank you, ma'am. Welcome. Please.
Thank you. I've come here today to talk about establishing it's called a Zonta International Z Club. And Zonta International is an international organization that represents raising the status of women and advising the status of women by empowering women and girls. And so we do that through service and advocacy. I have given the board members a pamphlet that's, mine's in here, but you have one. You will probably not be able to follow that. I'm going to quickly go through. I thought I had 15 minutes and I found out I have 3, so we're going to fly.
Great.
Okay, so Zonta International has been around for many, many years. The Z Clubs are in 1,200 schools in the world. It's a world-class organization, and I've worked in women's leadership things for 30 years. So, and I've been an international leader. So, this is bringing it here to Greeley to 4 high schools. So, Zonta International Z Club, we do active participation in school, community, and international affairs. And the students would be required to do a project in each one of those areas, a school, a community, and an international project. They can do one of each one of those. That's required in the year of establishment of the organization. And 3, each one of those would get them an opportunity for a scholarship for the group. So, so there's some things there. They learn valuable communication skills. They learn organization skills, leadership skills, career development. I'm particularly interested in the STEM programs and the things to advance students. I'd like to bring in students, speakers in the sciences to enrich the schools. We're looking at Northridge, Greeley West, Central, and Jefferson. And I've already gone to the principals. I didn't know I was supposed to come here first. So I went there and talked to their principals, and I have their consent to proceed, but we need to identify an advisor in each one of those schools. And I have written a grant. I don't know if we'll get it, but we've applied for a grant. I would like to see each one of the advisors given at least $200 a year to do the advising work, because it's work to run an organization plus doing your regular school. And so we've written the grant. We don't know if we'll get it, but if we don't, I will try to find a corporate sponsor for each one of those, because I think that's just a moral and a practical thing to do, to make it a better situation for our advisors and to get them to really on board for doing this. This program would really enhance the RAMP program. I don't know if you know what that is. Some of you do, some of you don't. But that is the Recognized American School Counselor Association Model Program. It's a case study of school counselor leadership. And what they want to do in that program is strengthen counseling in the schools, which would help the students tremendously. The Zonta Z Club, it's called ZI-Z Club, and that's for boys and girls. It's not just for girls. It's for boys and girls, high school level. So, but what it would really do is what the things they want to do here in the RAMP program, which you have at Northridge High School and also at Greeley West. So, so our program will strengthen something that's already in the works in your district. So that's another part of what we want to do here to strengthen this. Well, the pamphlet I've given you has got all of how do you set it up and how you get a sponsor and how you organize everything. And
so what you've given us is the footprints, but you've already made some inroads.
Yes.
And as your time has expired, I just want to give you a minute to kind of a couple seconds to a few seconds to kind of finish up, and then I promised you earlier that we can pursue this maybe at a later date, but tonight we won't have time to engage in a discussion.
Excellent. What I would like to do is be connected to your student. You have a student leadership director here in the district, an administrator. I need to be connected with that person so we can work on and move forward with this. It's too late to organize this year. It'll have to be done next year, but I do have things in process, as you can hear, with the grant and getting the organization. Our organization here, the Zonta Club of Greeley. We have about 19 members, and I've given you a list of those people, the officers, and contact information in this brochure.
Ms. Scott, thank you very much for coming and sharing this evening, and we are a beneficiary of your care for, obviously, for the young men and women in our district. We thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, and good luck with all your things. And I want to say, I haven't been here for a long time at a board meeting, but I must say I like the warmth that I saw in the audience and in the board members as people of the community come in. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much. The next item is the work session report. Ms. Brea?
Board of Education President Roger DeWitt began the work session with a review of meeting procedure, open comments from board members, and upcoming calendar events and agenda items. Chief Human Resources Officer Dr. Kevin Ayton gave an introduction to the process for the 2015-16 negotiations, which will be conducted in public. Board members offered suggestions for possible negotiation topics. Human Resources Coordinator Annette Overton reviewed the progress to date on the district strategic plan and discussed changes suggested by the District Accountability Committee. That concluded the work session.
Thank you. The next item is the approval of the agenda. This is an action item, and I will entertain a motion at this time.
I move that the Board of Education of Weld County School District 6 approve the agenda as presented.
Thank you.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? A roll call, Ms. Brea?
Mr. DeWitt?
Aye.
Mr. Hafley?
Aye.
Mr. Hall?
Aye.
Mr. Lydiak?
Aye.
Dr. Richard?
Aye.
Mr. Richardson?
Aye.
Mrs. Solis?
Aye.
And the motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. The next item is the approval of the consent agenda, and you'll find that motion on page 7 of your agenda. I will accept a motion at this time.
I move that the Board of Education of Weld County School District 6 approve items as presented on the consent agenda and authorize the officers to sign any and all contracts.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, Ms. Brea.
Mr. DeWitt?
Aye.
Mr. Hafley?
Aye.
Mr. Hall?
Aye.
Mr. Lydiak?
Aye.
Dr. Richard?
Aye.
Mr. Richardson?
Aye.
Mrs. Solis?
Aye.
And the motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. The next item is the Read Across America Proclamation, and Greeley Education Association President Patricia Otto is coming forward to introduce this action. It is an action item, and I would accept a motion at this time.
I move that the Board of Education of Weld County School District 6 adopt the proclamation to declare March 2nd, 2015 as Read Across America Day in district schools.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Ms. Otto, welcome and begin the explanation about this event.
Thank you, Mr. East, President DeWitt, and members of the board. I want to thank you for allowing me to come tonight and speak a little bit about Read Across America and the history of it. In May 1997, a small reading task force at NEA came up with a big idea. Let's create a day to celebrate reading, the group decided. We hold pep rallies to get kids excited about football, assemblies to remember that character counts. Why don't we do something to get kids excited about reading? We'll call it NEA's Read Across America, and we'll celebrate it on Dr. Seuss's birthday. And so was born, on March 2nd, 1998, the largest celebration of reading this country has ever seen. So you may be asking, what's the purpose of Read Across America? The purpose is to motivate children to read. Motivating children to read, we all know, is an important factor in student achievement and creating lifelong successful readers. Research has shown that children who are motivated and spend more time reading do better in school. NEA's Read Across America is an annual reading, motivation, and awareness program that calls for every child in every community to celebrate reading on March 2nd, the birthday of beloved children's author, Dr. Seuss. NEA's Read Across America also provides NEA members, parents, caregivers, and children resources and activities they need to keep them reading all year long. And the resources can be found on NEA's website. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I'd like to take the opportunity to read this proclamation at this time. It's a proclamation of the Board of Education of Weld County School District 6, Read Across America. Whereas the Board of Education of Weld County School District 6 recognizes the ability to read well is crucial for students to succeed in all academic areas of their education. And whereas opportunity is afforded daily in our schools for silent and oral reading, and whereas community volunteers work with our students to help improve reading skills, and whereas adults reading to students allows children to gain knowledge and to improve their own reading skills, and whereas children and adults alike have been delighted for decades by the books written by Theodore Geisel, aka Dr. Seuss, and whereas March 2nd, 2015 is the 111th anniversary of Dr. Seuss's birthday, now therefore let it be resolved that the Board of Education of Weld County School District 6 proclaims March 2nd, 2015 as Read Across America Day in our schools and encourages adults both in schools and at home to commit to time to read to a child on this date and every other date. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the official seal of Weld County School District 6 on this 23rd day of February 2015. It has been moved and seconded that we engage in this proclamation. Discussion? Roll call, Ms. Berea.
Mr. DeWitt?
Aye.
Mr. Haefele?
Aye.
Mr. Hall?
Aye.
Mr. Lydiak?
Aye.
Dr. Richard?
Aye.
Mr. Richardson?
Aye.
Mrs. Solis?
Aye.
And the motion carries 7-0.
Thanks very much, Ms. Otto. The next item is the authorization to purchase 3 compressed natural gas school buses. A small cheer comes out of the audience. Director of Support Services Brad Johnson is here to confirm this isn't just a dream. This is an action item, and I will accept a motion at this time.
I move that the Board of Education of Weld County School District 6 approve the purchase order with Colorado West Equipment, Inc. for 3 new 78-passenger compressed natural gas school buses to be paid for in partnership with Noble Energy, contributing $180,000, a grant from Regional Air Quality Council for $23,455.20 per bus, and the district's portion funded by the District Capital Project Fund not to exceed $223,100.40.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mr. Johnson,
Good
give us the
evening.
good news.
This is good news indeed, President DeWitt. Mr. Eads, ladies and gentlemen of the board, thank you for letting me come up here. Tonight I'm bringing you an action item regarding the purchase of 3 new 78-passenger buses fueled by natural gas, a product that is made right here in Weld County. This opportunity with Noble Energy and the Regional Air Quality Council, generous contributions to District 6 really does help us a lot. It enables us to purchase these 3 buses for less than half the cost. And in doing so, we also get to retire 3 old diesel buses and get them off the streets. We're looking at 3 1992 Bluebirds that have close to 300,000 miles each on them. They have earned their rest. Noble Energy, again, and the Regional Air Quality Council has really stepped up and helped us with this. Noble Energy has been a partner in the past. This is going to be our 7th compressed natural gas bus. They are easy to start when it's cold out. Oh, we'd like that. It's modernizing our fleet, and it is just, it's a real positive thing. It's helping us a lot. So I really appreciate your consideration for this action item. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
There may be comments or questions from the board. Mr. Richardson.
Just a quick question. Do we have an idea of the total amount donated to District 6 from Noble Energy for these buses? Just because this isn't the first time it's happened.
No, sir, it isn't. We've gotten 2, and we've got 2 coming and should be here in a couple weeks. And then these 3. I do not have a total contribution. No. I can get that.
Well over $500,000.
Thanks. It's a big deal. Thank you.
It is a big deal.
So thanks to Noble.
Dr. Richard.
This is one of those items that's very easy to vote for because of the incredible contribution from community like Noble and the grant. But tell us a little bit. So this will make the total the 7th bus that we have of the CNG?
Yes.
And so how has that transition been going for the new fuel source? And you say they're easy to start, but how about fuel usage and being able to run the routes and get back and get fueled up? And
We have been tracking exact maintenance costs, fuel costs, compared with 2 diesel passenger buses we bought at the same time.
Nice.
With the original 2 that we got. We don't really have 2 years of data yet, but it's looking comparable for maintenance and fuel costs. But the payback is they're cleaner. They run so much cleaner. I wouldn't trade a compressed natural gas bus for a diesel. We like them. You can park them in the loading zone, and they're not annoying. So, but we are getting costs together so we can really tell people what it's really costing us in comparison. But we just want to have a couple years of data before we can really, because depending on the summer versus winter, the characteristics of driving buses and maintaining them changes. Are we fairly using them on all of our routes, trips? We're a little leery about the mileage to put them on trips at first. No problem. They're great. They're great. So I want to be able to use them equally so we can compare them equally.
appreciate it. Thank you for getting that information together for us, though. That's great. Thanks.
Mr. Hall.
Brad, thank you for bringing this to us. And this isn't so much a deal for Brad, but I would like to see whether you call it a proclamation or just a simple thank you letter drafted by the board or in behalf of the board and all the board members signed and sent to Noble Energy. And maybe a couple different copies or something in appreciation to them. That's a pretty, it's not just a $500,000 because the lack of downtime, the lack of the reliability, and then the safety of 5 new buses or 7 new buses versus 1992. Yeah, it goes way beyond that. So I would like to ask that we draft something in that nature to them.
I don't see any objections at all here. Other comments? I would like to observe that these kinds of opportunities don't fall from the sky, and your team has worked very carefully to enable us to get a hold of grants and to communicate with the community members who are interested in pursuing this. So we'd like to thank you and all of your staff for your work, and obviously Noble Energy for their incredible generosity. Well, we've got something here on the table. Any other discussion? Questions? Roll call, Ms. Beran.
Mr. DeWitt?
Aye.
Mr. Haefele?
Aye.
Mr. Hall?
Aye.
Mr. Lydiak?
Aye.
Dr. Richard?
Aye.
Mr. Richardson?
Aye.
Mrs. Solis?
Aye.
And the motion carries 7-0.
Thank you very much.